Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm back here at Ciocca Ford of Lawrenceville here in Lawrenceville, New Jersey. Check out this brand new 2023 Ford Ranger. This is the Lariat trim with the Tremor package, four-wheel drive crew cab, 5-foot bed in cactus gray. From what I can tell, it's one of the most desirable specs you can probably get on a Ranger. Question becomes, and this is what we want to try to answer in this review today, is do you buy a 2023 Ranger like this Tremor Ranger, or do you wait for the total redesign of the Ranger for the 2024 model year, which is going to include a Ranger Raptor? So let's check this out. Let's see what it brings to the table in this mid-size pickup truck market here in 2023, and let's dig in. All right, the front end of this Ford Ranger Tremor package, cactus gray, love the front end. LED headlights, LED daytime running lamps, LED fog lamps, standard bulbs for turn signals. Love the name Ranger that's stamped right into the front grille area with the red Tremor accents on either side, big Ford badge in the middle, tow hooks up front on either side to help you pull people out of the mud, because this Tremor package is an off-road package on the Ranger. Looks really good up front. Wheel and tire package on this Ranger Tremor. We're going to get a 17-inch gunmetal gray wheel, blacked out Ford badge on the center cap, looking good. Now, these 17-inch wheels are wrapped in General Grabber all-terrain tires, 265 on the width, a huge 70 series sidewall 17s, all four corners, four-wheel drive. And then as we move in, we can take a look at some of the suspension work done here for the Tremor package. So we have a heavy-duty off-road suspension in here with Fox shocks. So they're going to have you covered here when you go off-road. Full side profile on this Ranger Lariat Tremor. Super Crew action looks great. Now, when you go Super Crew in the Ranger for 2023, you get the 5-foot bed. If you go standard cab in the 2023 Ranger, you get a 6-foot bed. We got the Ranger Lariat call out on the front fender. We're color matched all the way down with flat black around the wheel wells to protect that paint from when you take this thing off-road, stones and whatnot. Don't want it to chip up your paint. I love the running boards. It looks great. And of course, you got the Tremor call out on the back. Let me know what you think about it in the comments. As we move in closer, you can see how they have. Now, this is painted and not flat black plastic, so let me correct that. This is a gunmetal gray paint that matches the wheels. So I like that. Just not sure if this paint's going to get all dinked up. Let me know if you like the painted look or whether you think there should be a flat black plastic look here. We have the Ranger Lariat call out, like I said, on the front fender. Looking good. Color match on the side view mirror with standard bulbs for turn signals. We do not have 360-degree view cameras on this Ranger. Would have been helpful with the Tremor off-road package, so you can take a look out the front in case you have any rocks coming up. So I'm not so sure we shouldn't have the 360-degree view cameras in this one. Color match front and rear door handle. There's your bed with the plastic drop-in bed liner. Would have preferred it to be a spray-in, but it is what it is. Up top, you got the old-fashioned antenna. That needs to be a shark fin, and we don't have a sunroof in this particular Ranger Tremor. All right, the back end of this Ranger Tremor, we have the Ranger name stamped into the tailgate, which I like, Ford badge up above. We have LED taillights, LED turn signals. We have the tow hitch, and we'll go over those towing numbers when we take a look at the engine. And then we have the flat black on the rear bumper area. It's a nice looking rear end on this Ranger. All right, we're under the hood of this 2023 Ranger Lariat with the Tremor package. And what do we have for a power plant? We have that 2.3-liter EcoBoost 4-cylinder engine mated to a 10-speed automatic transmission, 270 horsepower, 310 pound-feet of torque. This Ranger Lariat with the Tremor package can tow up to 7,500 pounds. MPG's pretty simple. 19 in the city, 19 on the highway, 19 combined. The engine's minimum octane rating is 87, so you can run this on regular unleaded gas. All right, before we get into the interior of this Ranger Lariat with the Tremor package, you're going to want to know, Mike, how much does this cost? It can't be cheap, and you're right, it is not cheap at all. So this is what we got cooking. The base price for the Ranger Lariat trim 4x4 Super Crew is $40,945. Now, this particular vehicle has almost $7,000 worth of options. The biggest one being the Tremor off-road package. That's an additional $4,290. So that's going to get you the trail control system, the skid plates, and of course with those skid plates you're going to get them under the front and the rear. You're also going to get a fuel tank guard as well in that setup. You're going to get these 17-inch magnetic, which is the color, painted aluminum wheels. That's the Tremor wheel. You're going to get the heavy-duty off-road suspension with the Fox shocks, the upfitter switches, the off-road hoop step, which are these lovely running boards that look so cool. And then you're going to get the electronic locking differential, and then you're going to get all-weather floor liners with carpeted floor mats as well. The trailer tow package is an additional $495. They removed the 4G Wi-Fi hotspot and gave you a $20 credit. So once you add in destination and delivery of $1,495 from Ford's Michigan assembly plant, you're looking at a total vehicle MSRP from the factory of $49,210. The dealer added 3 accessories. They added all-weather floor mats for $205, this $500 drop-in plastic bed liner, and $120 for the wheel locks. So the total vehicle asking price on the lot today for this vehicle is $50,035. That's an expensive Ranger. Let's check out the interior. All right, as we check out the interior, we have these lovely looking hoop steps to help you climb into the vehicle. And frankly, you're going to need these because obviously going off-road, and this Tremor package is going to raise your ground clearance up on this Ranger to 9.4 inches. So you're going to may need this to get into the vehicle, as it is a much higher ground clearance than a standard Ranger. Now, we have our foot box, nice large dead pedal brake and accelerator. We have these all-season mats, all-weather mats that say Ranger, and it covers up the dead pedal, which is a nice touch. As we move back, power seats with lumbar adjustment, only the bottom for the Ranger. The back adjustment is manual. I think it should be power all the way around for both sides. That seems a little chintzy. Then we have ebony leather seats with the white stitching, Miko suede inserts with the stitching, Tremor. And that's embroidered into the seat. Nice soft headrest, bolstering feels good. Looks like a nice interior, but I think they need to give you some full power seats and not just the bottoms. Door panel looks pretty plain Jane. We have hard plastic up top. I think the reason why they do that is because if you're going to take this off-road, it's going to get dirty. It's easy to clean out. We have this flat black area around the brushed aluminum door handle, which looks good, but we do have a nice soft armrest with the stitching, a fairly large door pocket as well. So for an older Ranger design, and this is an older design, the door panel looks pretty good. But the question is, do you leave this hard black plastic up top, or do you put a soft touch up there? Let me know what you guys think in the comments. I'm kind of on the fence. As we come up to the top here, more soft touch with stitching. I love this gray gloss trim here that says Ranger. I think that looks nice. It goes well with your heat and air vents. And then down below, you have a nice large glove box. As we hit the center stack, here's your upfit switches right here, where you can, these are pre-wired aux switches, so you can add like a winch or a light bar, something like that. And so they have it pre-wired, which is a nice touch. That's part of this Tremor package that I had mentioned earlier. And then we have our 8-inch integrated Sync 3 with navigation. Once you wake it up, it is pretty responsive to your pinch to zoom. Not as good as Sync 4, but not half bad. So you have your navigation, you have your audio. where you can get your Sirius XM or your regular radio or your music library by hitting the source. It'll let you put Bluetooth your phone and that whatnot. We do have wired Apple CarPlay, wired Android Auto, and Sync 3. We have dual climate control, which you can access right here. And then we have, again, our phone to Bluetooth the phone, the nav. You can go to your vehicle settings, set up your clock, and anything else that you may want. You can get your Ford Pass connected from your phone to your vehicle. Like I said, the Wi-Fi hotspot has been disabled. We do have ambient lighting, and you can choose from different ambient lighting that you may want to see. With Cactus Gray, what do you think an ambient lighting would go good with Cactus Gray and black interior? I don't know. Let's just try red, see what happens. It's the daytime, you're not going to be able to see it. But I like the fact that you do have some ambient lighting and some choices here in this Ranger, and then you can go back to home and you're all set. We go to reverse, nice clear backup camera with your center tow line and trajectory, but with the off-road Tremor package, I think I'd like to get some 360-degree view cameras in here because if I'm going off-road, I'm going to need to see what's in front of me, not just what's behind me. But overall, it's a good system. My guess is in 2024, you're going to see Sync 4 in here. At least I got my fingers crossed. You will see Sync 4 in here with the 2024 redesign, because we already know we're going to see a more powerful engine option, V6 engine option, in your regular 2024 Ranger, and then, of course, the big 3-liter EcoBoost in the Ranger Raptor with additional horsepower. Right now, the numbers are 405 on the horsepower, 430 on the torque for the Ranger Raptor in 2024. But that's an early call. We'll see what they wind up being. As we come down further, here's our 4-way hazards. We have manual buttons and dials for your volume and to tune the radio. Here are your manual controls for your dual zone climate control. We do have 3-stage heated seats for the driver and the front passenger. So that's a nice touch right there. Here's our engine start stop right over here. Down here we have two 12 volts. One for the driver, one for the front passenger. Then we have two USB-A's. We should have USB-C's here. I know the adapters are pretty cheap, but I'd like to see like 1C and 1A. I think that would be good. Then here's your trail control. Here's your engine auto stop start on off. You can lock the diff. Here's your trailer mode. Here's your rear parking sensors, and there's your traction control off. Here's your 4-wheel drive deal here. So you got 2 high, 4 low. Trail mode. Oops, it's telling me I'm low on fuel. So I got to hit the OK button first so I can see what's coming up. Then you got your terrain modes, trail modes. What a dope. Terrain modes. And we'll show you those when we get to the dash. And then here is our gear shift to go through this 10-speed automatic. And you can shift it manually if you want with plus or minus because we don't have paddles in here. And then we have the flat black down here. Manual emergency brake, 2 cup holders, and then our Ford key fob. It's just like any other Ford key fob. There it is. Unlock, lock, remote start, panic button, Ford badge on the back. And then we have a pretty soft center armrest, actually really soft center armrest with the stitching. You open that up and you have a nice area for storage. All right, the Ranger steering wheel. We've got a leather-wrapped steering wheel, nice 10 and 2 notches, Ford badge on the horn button. But it's a very plain looking wheel overall. Flat black on the switches. Up here you can go through the digital portion of your dash. Here's your cruise control right here. And then here's your volume controls, telephone and voice commands over here. So they got you covered as far as that goes. On the stalks, you have your turn signals and bright lights and your windshield wiper right here on the right. Down below, you can adjust your headlights and your fog lamps, brighten and dim the dash. We can turn on our bed light right there, and down below we can pull the lever for your hood. We have a manual tilting steering wheel, and then as we come to our dash, we have a digital analog combo. So you have the analog gauge there for your speedo, and then you have 2 digital displays on either side. Now, if we want to go through our trail modes, we've got terrain modes, we've got normal, we got grass, gravel, and snow, we have mud and ruts, and we have sand. And if we push that trail control button, It'll say trail control enabled, use set button to set speed. So that's like a cruise control for the trails if you want to like set it and go really slow around the trails. So that's a nice touch. And then when you want to turn on your trailer button, that pops up there on that side. So it's an easy to use dash, not a problem. And if you want to go through some of your other modes, you can display what you would like to display in your settings. You can hit display mode and then you can change it if you would like that. So there's other, you can display trip and they can show you that. So there's really some nice features in here that you can display. Driver assist settings. So it's a pretty cool. Go to regular settings. So it's a nice look here on this Ranger's digital portion of the dash, and it's easy to read. All right, the overhead console is pretty plain Jane. You got a spot here for your sunglasses, and we don't have any switches for a roof because we don't have one, moonroof. But if you want these dome lights to come on and off when you open and close the door, these two buttons here remain in the off position, and then you just turn them on, they come on, close the door, they will dim out. We have the standard rear view mirror, and then on our sun visor with vanity and lighting. And does it slide? Yes, it does, to block out the side sun. All right, let's get into the crew cab area. We'll just step on our hoop step. Up we go, in we go, no problem. I have the seat set for my driving position. We have the ebony leather all the way down with a pocket behind the driver. Plenty of room for my knees, plenty of room for my head and shoulders at 5'11". So that's nice. And we have the same thing on the front passenger seat. Down below here, we have a little area in here for storage. And then we have two USB-As and a home power source. I like to see 1A, 1C back here, just like the front. Back door panel, same vibe as the front. There's your front door panel. Here's the rear door panel. All the materials and all the design is the same. So I like the vibe that they continue. In the back, we have the leather seats with the stitching, with the Miko suede inserts, looking good. Headrests look good. Now, the back window will open, but it's a manual deal that you have to use with your hand, but it's there. And then our armrest. Oh, ooh, that's sticky. Nice and soft, 2 cup holders. So they got you covered there for the armrest. But here in the crew cab of the Ranger, it really is nice and comfortable. All right, if you need more storage in the Ranger crew cab, we do have a strap right here. And you just pull that up and lift the seat up, and you got more storage underneath if you need it, which is nice. Just like the Maverick, the Ranger's got the same action. All right, we're going to open the tailgate of the Ranger, and that's pretty simple. You just come to the back and hit the button. Down it goes. No fancy Dan action going on there. Plain old tailgate. There's your plastic drop-in bed liner. I'd prefer a spray-in. Let me know what you guys think. This is a 5-foot bed when you go Super Crew, like I mentioned earlier. With the Tremor package, you're going to get an increased payload capacity. This one will have 1,905 pounds of payload capacity. But what I don't like here is I don't have any lights back here. I don't have any power back here. And I would like to see some bed lighting, and I would like to see some power, which is usually over here. But I got nothing in the back of this, and that's a lot of money to pay for a bed with a drop-in bed liner and no power or lighting in the back. You are going to have some bed lighting coming off the top light up there, but that's going to be about it. So Ford, for 2024, I'm fully expecting bed lighting and power in the back of a Ranger. Tremor for $50,000. Now, to get in the bed, well, we don't have any step-ups at all. So you're going to have to either hold up here and put your foot way up here and catapult yourself up, or you're going to have to sit on the tailgate and then swing your legs over. But with one hand, I'm not going to try that in this review, but it would be nice to have a step-up, especially with this Tremor package raising the ride height. Would be nice to have a step up here in the back to get into the bed. I guess you could probably use the back hoop and try to get in, but it isn't really clearly lined up. But let me know what you guys think. All right, here's our window sticker. It's a lot of glare out here today, so hopefully you can see this. But we'll zoom on in. Give you your standard equipment up top. Obviously, you have the higher level 501A Lariat Series group, which is going to give you that B&O 10-speaker upgraded sound system, which I forgot to mention earlier. And your total factory MSRP, made in Michigan, got here by rail. And then you have the accessories added by the dealer and the total vehicle asking price. Let's take her out for a spin. All right, we are in this Ranger Lariat, top of the line, 4x4 Tremor package, cactus gray, the best color. I mean, on the outside, let me know what you guys think. I think this thing looks great on the outside with the cactus gray, with the Tremor callouts, with the big wheels. You know, I think it just looks really good. Interior wise, you have the leather with the Miko suede inserts, with the Tremor embroidered on the seats, which look good. Would have liked to see the Tremor embroidered in the crew cab seats too. I think that would have been a nice touch. You have 8-inch Sync 3 with nav. All right, I'm not going to fault that because we got the big 2024 redesign coming out. So the question becomes, before I get that way, we got plenty of visibility out the windshield, side view mirror, rear window, side glass, no problem. I got blind spot monitoring, cross traffic alert, lane keep assist technology is in this Ranger Lariat. It is the top trim, it should be there. The ride is obviously an off-roady ride because we got these all-terrain tires that are going to give you some noise coming up off the road, and it is set up where you're gonna, you know, feel the road underneath you, so you know what the tires are doing, which I can understand. That's an off-road package. So I think the Tremor package is a great package on any Ford pickup. I really, really like it. Now, the question becomes, at the end of the day, do you spend 50 G's on a 2023 Ranger, or do you wait for later this year for the 2024 fully redesigned Ranger to come out? Because Ford redesigned it just like Toyota redesigned the Tacoma and Chevy redesigned the Colorado. Nissan had redesigned the Frontier. So all these mid-size pickups are getting big redesigns, and Ford's is coming out next year just like the Toyota Tacoma's is coming out next year. So do you get a 2023 because maybe you like the looks, you like the way it's set up now, or do you wait because you're obviously going to get more power in a 2024 Ranger with the addition of a V6 option, and then obviously the 3-liter EcoBoost in the Ranger Raptor. Now, let's be real for a minute here. This Ranger, you could probably get an incentive on this right now because Ford knows they got to clear out the 2023s because the 2024s are coming in. Ford also knows that everybody is going to want a Ranger Raptor. That's going to be like when the Bronco Raptor came out, I would imagine, where everybody and his brother wants one, and you're going to have to order it, and there's going to be delays, and you're going to have to pay big dealer markups. Just a thought here. We're going to accelerate a little bit. We're going to feather it in. This is a new engine, but this 2.3 EcoBoost, plenty of horsepower, and you get right up to speed, no problem. You know, this Ranger weighs about 4,400 and change as far as pounds, but it gets it up to speed, no problem. The 10-speed automatic, smooth as silk, no problem there. So it's a really good truck, and the Ranger's been a really good truck for a long time. But like I was saying, people are going to want that Ranger Raptor. It's going to be big money, right? The pricing that I could see on the Ranger Raptor, we're talking mid-50s. And then obviously you're going to have to put more money on top of that. So I don't know. That's the question for you guys to tell me. Do you grab a 2023, probably be able to get a discount on the price because they're looking to get rid of these to make room for the 2024s, because 2024s are supposed to hit dealer lots fall of this year? Or do you wait? That's the big question. So let me know what you guys think about that. Now we're going to do an emergency brake test in 3, 2, 1. No problem. Now your all-terrain tires are going to slide a little bit, but it stopped just fine, and now we take off. No problem. Piece of cake right down the road. With this 2.3 liter EcoBoost, you do have to wait a sec for that turbo to kick in, so you do have a little bit of a delay, but once you're up to speed and you ease off the throttle, it's just fine. But these off-road tires are going to slide a little bit on the tarmac. They're designed to go off-road and be a big dog. So if you're not going to do off-road, I don't see much use for you in buying a Tremor package unless you just love the way it looks. Like I do. I love the way this truck looks. So that's kind of the deal on this 2023 Ranger Tremor. Let me know what you guys think. Is it worth spending close to $50,000 on a 2023 Ranger Lariat four-wheel drive? Top trim Ranger with the Tremor package. This is about as much as you're going to be able to put in a Ranger Tremor, except maybe for a roof. Or do you wait for 2024, knowing that they're going to be in high demand because of the big redesign, and knowing that Ford is miscalculated on Bronco production, Ford miscalculated on Maverick production? Are they going to miscalculate again on new Ranger production and cause shortages and waiting times? Hard to say. Have they learned their lesson? Hard to say. I hope they have. But let me know what you guys think about this vehicle and what you think about what you would do in this mid-size pickup truck market for 2023 and possibly 2024. But I would like to thank Ciocca Ford of Lawrenceville for allowing the channel access to this 2023 Ford Ranger Lariat 4x4 with the Tremor package for review today. I'd like to thank all of you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please consider giving it a like. Please also consider subscribing and turn on that notification bell so you'll never miss another Shabby's Rides video. And I'll see all of you on the rebound. Take care, everyone.